The only thing I would give as advice is never to sign a contract without having read it in depth. If I had been told one day that I was going to justify myself because of a job that I myself decided to accept, I would have never believed it. My name is Tara. I am Senegalese and a professional model, and here is my story. Before we continue with the story, do not forget to click on the notification button in order to get notified at every new video posted. Thank you. I would say that what characterized me after my 6'1" was the fact that I had a black, voluptuous and sparkling skin. This has always been one of my strengths. This is also one of the reasons why I have been chosen several times for fashion shows and magazine shoots. This heritage was my pride. Besides, I still remember that several times people I didn't even know advised me to preserve this beautiful ebony skin and never change it. And this is how, driven by this feeling of pride in my physical assets, I climbed the ladder in my career and made myself known on the international scene. From fashion shows in Milan to photo shoots in South Africa, I was always between two planes. My lifestyle and my growing popularity earned more and more subscribers on my social media, and it is in this way that in addition to being an internationally recognized model, I became an essential influencer in Senegal. I participated in campaigns to launch cosmetic products. I was also a member of the jury in several urban competitions. Besides, my biggest advertisement campaign in my country was for the launching of cooking ingredients. This was actually a very beautiful experience for me because basically, I'm a big fan of cooking. With this popularity, I was contacted by a cosmetics company who wanted me to help them promote their beauty cream, which was supposedly made from shea butter. Of course, I accepted, knowing that shea butter was a healthy and safe ingredient for black skin. Without hesitation, I contacted my agent who was supposed to discuss with the company about the outlines of the contract. Since I had worked with him for several years, I trusted him completely in his sense of discernment. In addition, one of the clauses of the contract allowed me to have access to their products for free for a period of 2 years. How to refuse such an offer? And that's how I embarked in this adventure with them. We did photos for the posters that were going to be exhibited across the country. We also did a video campaign that was going to air on the major TV stations across the country too. In addition to that, we participated in several TV and radio shows where my voice and my image were used to promote this product, which seemed to have principles of respect for black skin. And I was delighted. And I would like to point out that throughout this campaign period, I started using these products, which also had a pleasant smell. Within a few weeks of starting to use these cosmetics, I noticed that my skin tone was slowly starting to change, but I didn't take it seriously, since I thought it was all in my head. Then a few days later, I saw one of my photos on social media with the most disrespectful caption. A well-known blog in my country had posted photos of me saying that I was now promoting skin bleaching. In addition, they said that I was ashamed of the color of my skin, which is why I started this practice. Reading this article, I was deeply hurt. I couldn't resist reaching out to the owner of the blog, who I knew personally, to ask him why I was featured on his platform with such negative light. And that's when he confirmed my doubts by making me understand that several media were about to publish articles about me and about the same topic, and that several of my contacts in the Senegalese showbiz world had noticed a change in the color of my skin. I was both outraged and felt betrayed. As far as I could remember, I agreed to collaborate with this company because I thought they were promoting the preservation of black skin. Why did they make me use these bleaching products without my consent? With all these questions tormenting my mind, I called my agent, who gave me the most hurtful answers. "Hello, Thiam, are you free? I need to talk to you, please."
Of course, Tara, what's going on?
"Listen, I've been using the Afro Shine products for a few weeks now. The one we've been working with since September. I've noticed that the color of my skin has changed. It's not normal.
But if you say your skin has changed, that means the principle of the product is effective, right?"
"No, Thiam, you don't understand. These products are bleaching me. That's not what we concluded."
"I don't understand. You're not going to let a slight change in your skin tone ruin this juicy contract, Tara. Come on. I couldn't believe what I just heard. My agent, who was supposed to be the one who had my interest first, was minimizing the fact that a company was putting my image and my health at risk. Unbelievable. Thiam is not slight change to my skin color. I'm changing in skin color literally. And since this morning my photos are being posted on social media with mocking comments, it's bad for my career, my health and all this. What do you think of it? You dramatize everything. We will hold a press conference to pass the pill and everything will just be fine. Are you listening to yourself talk? You're supposed to be my agent. That's to say, to represent me as an individual with my authenticity, with my principle and the values that I defend. In addition to helping me defend my career and my health, bleaching is not one of those causes I defend. It causes diseases like cancer. It does not represent the image of the African woman I defend, body and soul. Listen, I've been hearing you talk since, and all you have to say is me. Tara, I've been working with you for almost a decade now. When did you ever think of my interest too? Have you ever wondered if I needed more financially? If I had projects to carry out too? But Thiam, you have a salary. I pay you for this job. Clearly, it's not enough. Okay? I needed money. In the contract, it was specified that the products contain hydroquinone. And that's a bleaching agent. But I saw no inconvenience. I convinced you to sign them. That's it. After this revelation, I was totally flabbergasted. Thiam had betrayed my trust for money. But Thiam, if you needed more money, you could have told me about it. After that sentence, he hung up on me. I didn't know if it was because of the feeling of shame, guilt, or contempt towards my person, but I couldn't let this story happen like that. My image was at stake. But at the same time, I had to be a strategist in gathering all the necessary evidence. So I contacted the cosmetics company I signed with. I told them about the bleaching problem and the smearing campaign that I was facing on social media because of my skin change. This time, I had programmed my phone to record the conversation. The owner of the business wrote back to me with confusion in her voice, assuring me that she had taken care to be clear with my agent about the terms of the signing of this contract, and that apparently he totally agreed with all the clauses mentioned in it. It was then that I fully understood that Thiam was solely responsible for this legal misunderstanding. Granted, he was not only my agent but also a close friend. I just couldn't let this disrespect ruin my career and health. First of all, I completely stopped using these products on my skin to limit the damage. I also took care to file in a complaint with my telephone recordings of the conversation with the cosmetic agency in support. After a legal battle of about 6 months, all the evidence turned out to be incriminating for my agent. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison for breach of trust, and he had to pay me 25 million francs for damages. Within my community, my image had been washed, and the photos of me that were posted with mean comments on internet had all been deleted. After observing my legal battle with my agent, which was actually public, I was contacted by an international organization which wanted me to be the symbol and the muse of their campaign for the fight against skin bleaching of African women. Something I immediately accepted. Nothing and no one would ever make me deny my identity.